It is with a heavy heart and sad, watering eyes and a quivering mouth that I must inform you that I have to work a full-time job. I know, it's tragic. With how hot I am, it's a wonder I haven't found a finance bro in shining armor that can take care of me. I'm just kidding, I like being independent. Except when I don't. Anyways, I've worked in a lot of industries, from the time I was a small child slave making $30 a month for the local paper, to now, working a job that I didn't even know existed when I was 10. And no matter what I'm doing, one thing has always stayed consistent. I use a sickening amount of nitrile gloves. It would make an environmentalist shake their head and say no. And I just hope that there's a way that nitrile can be recycled so that I can still go to heaven without being scrutinized for how many turtles I've killed. All of this is to say that I know my nitrile gloves very well. So well, in fact, that I went into the recesses of my mind and collected every single nitrile glove I have ever used in my life to bring you a nitrile glove tier list. I am generously sharing my knowledge and letting you know which ones are the best and which ones to avoid should you have to use them. First, let's talk about specs. What makes a good nitrile glove? Well, obviously I've spent a ludicrous amount of time thinking about this. I mean, what? Do you think I'm speaking off the cuff here? Please, don't give me that much credit. I made an entire script about nitrile gloves. Yeah, I'm that kind of crazy. Anyways, I think it comes down to 3 main components. First, a high-quality nitrile. Soft, non-crinkly, good stretch, something you'd actually want to be contacting your skin for 8 hours a day. Number 2, an ideal nitrile thickness. If it's too thick, it kind of just restricts your hands, and if it's too thin, they're gonna rip as soon as you try to do anything. Number 3, a good fit. You want those nitrile gloves to fit so tight that you're ready for anything, like Dr. Now going into bariatric surgery.
Alright, the surgery went very well. Darling did very well, and Sarah's surgery went very well. Sarah's surgery went very well. Julian's surgery went very well. Went very well.
This last one I have a little bit of personal beef with. You see, I have some deep lore about myself to share with you. I spent a considerable amount of time getting tested for Marfan syndrome. It's a genetic disorder of some sort that causes a bunch of different things to happen. Anyways, while I probably don't have it, it's undeniable that I have many of the same characteristics as someone who does, including the Marfan hands. Yeah, here are some pictures of me compared to the poster child of Marfan syndrome. You can look away if you're squeamish about bodily contortions. But to put it simply, I have unusually long and thin hands. This means that a lot of the time I want to fit into those nice extra small or small gloves, but they can't account for my very lengthy digits. And all you nitrile glove users know what that means. It causes the bane of our existence, the dreaded nitrile foreskin. Reducing this is paramount, as it just gets in the way. Alright, I've rambled long enough. Let's get into these gloves. We'll let the Microflex Supremo start off our list. I don't know. These ones are nothing really to write home about. They're pretty mid-tier. I'm not able to fit into a small because they're not that stretchy. And also, the nitrile on these ones is pretty thick. However, you know, if you're one of those people that are going to be doing an ultra robust task with your nitrile gloves, not trying to get any ideas in your head, these ones may be favored among those people. Next up are, hold on, let me just,
中红普林
yeah, these ones. I love these gloves. They're so nice and stretchy and nice and thin, and I can fit into a small, and they mold perfectly to my skin. There's a different kind of high that comes off of slipping into one of these ones. The only problem is they might be a little too thin for some people, but you know what? Screw it. This is my tier list. These are S tier for me. I'll wear these gloves even when I'm not at work. Alright, next we got the Frogabio. Yeah, honestly, I just put these on my list because of the name. I mean, come on. Whoever came up with that name probably got a gigantic raise. I mean, the kids love frogs, right? Anyways, if you're wondering, they're fine. They got those little textured tips. You guys know what I'm talking about when the fingertips have the texture on them. I'm not a big fan of that, but they're not that extreme on these ones, so I'm gonna give them a pass. Other than that, the small is too small for me, which means I need to size up into the foreskin realm, but if you're not a freak like me, these ones are going to suit you just fine. I don't know what they did to these gloves to make them so stiff and crinkly, but it needs to be researched. I feel like you can't fit into any of these gloves without your soul being extracted from your body. I mean, I'm probably being a little melodramatic, but they're quite uncomfortable. These are the bottom of the barrel for me. I'm gonna throw you guys a little curveball here because everybody needs a little latex in their life sometimes. Despite Microflex's nitrile gloves being pretty mid-tier, they really excel in the latex category. Fitting in an extra small of these, it might not be one of the top 10 religious experiences of my life, but it comes pretty damn close. These gloves, you know, I'm gonna be a little nitpicky with these. They have the finger texture tips on them like the other ones did, but these ones, they're just texturing a little too much and it gets on my nerves when I've worn them. Also, I kind of don't like the name. I mean, tough. I know what they're trying to do here. I've seen this done one other time in my life, and it's that one Hartman show, you know, the guy that made Fairly Odd Parents. He made that show called Tough Puppy, spelt in the exact same way. I never watched the show, but one of the characters in it, her character design just bugged me to high heaven ever since I was a kid, and I don't understand it. I don't know why they would have drawn a character like that, but who's gonna watch a show with such a diabolical creature in it? Other than that, I mean, the gloves are fine. I'm gonna end off this video on a high note with the best gloves overall, in my opinion, the Aurelia brand. They have the perfect nitrile thickness, they fit comfortably, they're nice and stretchy. You really can't go wrong with these ones. They really meant it when they said, feel the even softer nitrile inside. Anyways, that's all the gloves I have to show for you today. If I try any other gloves, I'll make a YouTube short about it. Let's be honest, I'm not gonna do that. Who really cares anyways? So this is just me in the editing room. When I make these videos, I gotta look up, you know, stock images or whatever images I can to kind of compile so that you're just not looking at a blank screen or looking at yourself through the reflection of your phone while I'm speaking. Anyways, I'm looking for pictures of nitrile gloves, and, you know, I started to get a little miffed because, you know, there's all these nitrile gloves, and then, you know, I get to the woman's section, you know. Did you know that nitrile gloves had gender? I didn't. And, you know, I'm a little offended as a member of the XX community. And by that, I mean my chromosomes, not anything weird. But I got even more miffed because the marketing's kind of working. I really like these. Look how adorable they are. Periwinkle. I mean, look at that color combination. That is the best color combination in my opinion. The transgender community really won with that one. Yeah, I love these. And look at these ones. They're cute too. They got the periwinkle on them. And then I dug deeper and I saw, wait, where are they? I saw them a second ago. The fancy gloves. Ooh, that's fancy gold. What do you think people use these for? Let's take a look. Whoa, Nordic tattoo supplies. Fancy rose. Sign me up. Holy, look, they even got the fancy violet. Wow. Imagine getting tattooed and those are the gloves your tattoo artists are wearing. 5-star. Immediately.